In the small town of Pine Hollow, nestled at the foot of the Blue Ridge Mountains, lived a woman named Clara. She had always been a free spirit, her mind a whirlwind of thoughts and dreams that often felt too vast for the confines of daily life. One day, the pressure of her responsibilities became too much, and Clara realized she needed an escape, a break from life itself. Her fingers traced the lines of old maps, but they offered no solace. She needed an adventure off the beaten path, somewhere untouched by the routine of her existence. It was then she recalled a discussion overheard at the local cafe, rumors of an uncharted cave deep within the forest, one that no map could guide her to. It was said to be a place of beauty and mystery, where the world above became a distant memory. With a satchel on her back, filled with the essentials for a day in the wilderness, Clara embarked on a 24-mile hike into the heart of the forest. Her feet danced over fallen leaves and winding roots, her heart racing with the thrill of the unknown. At long last, she found a small, unassuming hole in the ground, partially hidden by twisted vines and shadow. This was her gateway. Clara had no experience in caving, but that did not deter her. She slipped into the darkness, the sound of the forest above fading into silence as she descended deeper. The cave was narrow, at times stifling in its confinement. She squeezed through tight passageways, each seemingly more impossible than the last. But with every inch she forged, Clara felt the weight of the outside world loosen its grip on her weary mind. 3 hours into her subterranean journey, she paused to rest. Her limbs ached, but there was a burgeoning lightness within her soul. With a deep breath, she resumed her trek, compelled by the need to press forward, to see what lay at the heart of the earth. Time became meaningless in the darkness. Hours felt like minutes, and minutes like eternities. Clara moved through the labyrinth, her senses heightened and alive. She had not felt such clarity in years, her mind a blank slate ready to be rewritten. But it was this very realization that brought her crashing back to reality. Lost. The word echoed in her mind as she stood in a cavern, the paths behind her twisted and unknowable. Panic rose in her chest, the walls of the cave pressing closer, echoing her own growing despair. The rock around her groaned, shifting like the tumult within her, the metaphor suddenly tangible as she crouched to the ground. Trapped. In the suffocating grip of the cave, Clara closed her eyes, her breath shallow and quick. For a moment, she surrendered to the cave, to her own jumbled thoughts. But deep within, a flicker of determination sparked. She was not ready to be a ghost in the stone. Clara slowly unclenched her hands, her fingertips brushing the cold earth. The path out wasn't clear, but she willed herself to believe there was one. She dug deep into the recesses of her memory, piecing together fragments of her journey. She listened intently to the echoes, to the whispers of the cave that once guided her away from chaos. Emboldened by her will to survive, she began her crawl backwards, a reverse journey through the earth's veins. Hours stretched as she scraped her way through, her spirit flickering but never extinguished. The cool air of the forest finally greeted her senses, and she emerged, reborn, from the narrow mouth of the cave. The forest rustled around her, welcoming and vibrant in a way she had never noticed before. Clara stood there, her body weary, but her mind alive. The morning sun painting the world in a palette of possibilities. She had found her escape, not in the depths of the earth, but in the discovery of her own strength and resilience. With a determined heart, she set off, ready to face the world anew.